fucking go.
Welcome back. This is going to be the Session 7 recap titled We Crashed the Economy. The session began with the scene in the forest where the general um, of this shadow demon army that we learn is Tarl's army is speaking with Tarl, and Tarl being extremely disappointed in the general for having abandoned this assault on the city when victory was assured, leaves an ominous threat in the air. Cutting back to us the next morning, we awake to the sound of rustling in the nearby bushes. Turns out to be this general, and he says that he is here to undo his mistake. Revealing a timepiece, he had used it to freeze and then reverse time to the previous day, where we, looking around, are now back in the city. And realizing what's going on, Timric decides to go up to the captain of the Azten army. And as he's speaking to him, eventually he realizes that this is the captain of the army. This is just some homeless man who's confused why Timric is talking to him when Timric's asking, "Hey, where's your army?" It's like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, man. Um, so we adopt him, by the way, and name him Tim. Tim Nye, the homeless guy. With Tim Nye in tow, we head to the gates where we hear an explosion, see that the general of Tarl's army is out there with this horde of shadowhounds with him, and Timric begins to approach to try to make some sort of accord, but the general just sends the army of shadow hounds, and they all rush past us into the city, assaulting it, and we decide we're not going to mess with that. So we decide to fuck off and just leave. So the general now. So Tarl arriving as well in the city, as the scene transitions to them, scolds the general for using this timepiece, which apparently are one-time uses, without permission. And the timekeeper, also arriving, says that we are destined to stop Tarl and defeat him. Um, and that immediately sets us in Tarl's sights even further. So, along the road, as we're traveling, the timekeeper also shows up in front of us and claims that Tarl now has his eyes set on us, and we should be wary of him. And we ask why the fuck he put us in his sights, and he tries to explain, but we snap and kill, or try to kill him. But Stefan stopping us just enough to spare his life, and we loot his body, then continue along our way. And when we arrive in Helmfirth, we sent Tim Nye, the homeless guy, to get Darnell, the gardening gnome, which owes Tim money, which is why we're heading to Helmfirth in the first place. And we do some shopping or Stefan and Tim do some shopping whilst Tim Nye and Tranks root around in some dumpsters, and trying to sell this book of exalted deeds. The guy originally offers 250,000 gold pieces for it, which Timric raises to 375,000 gold pieces, and the guy accepts and buys the book while questioning every decision he's ever made. Very clearly regretting this choice, so buyer's remorse immediately. And we Pranks also being brought in by Stefan, who had run across the city to find them. Tranks lays a 50-foot hempen rope down on the counter for him, for whatever purposes he may use it for. As we all leave, go and super gear up, moment before the final boss montage of purchasing and getting all this cool equipment. And we thanks to Timrick's magic Disney princess powers of talking to animals, we learn the location of Tarl and head off to this elven city of Edgewood, where, after locating him and setting a plan in motion, try to finish him off. Plan actually started off pretty well, but very quickly went sideways, and trying to adjust, Trinks had teleported into the room, forced Tarl to read the Book of Exalted Deeds, and, oh, also, the Book of Exalted Deeds was swapped, so we never actually sold this guy the book in the first place. And when it didn't kill him, Trinks had teleported Timrek out of the room and went nuclear, snapping the wand of fireballs in half, unleashing 7 fireballs and causing the building to collapse down on them. The jester who was in the room perishes. Trinks also perishes, but Tarl rises from the ashes and, being extremely livid, unleashes a massive explosion of fire that incinerates everyone and everything within 150 feet, incinerating Timrek and Darius. Thankfully, Stefan was just outside of reach, having anticipated both the fireball and seeing the building collapse and Tarl rise, had made to get the fuck out. But that is where Session 7 ended, with the ash settling to the ground. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.